Hello everyone, welcome to this ADRE skill test series. Junto series ot ami different formulas, different functions hikibo try kori asu through various mocks. And apart from that, we have already shared two mocks videos, mock 1 and mock 2. If you haven't gone through them, I will highly suggest please start up with mock 1, then come to mock 2, and then come to this mock 3. So eventually the level of the mocks will increase day by day. So we have started up with easy questions, and at the end we will see difficult or tough scenarios. So there are some instructions to the candidates. Again, I have discussed everything in details, the instruction thing. So I will highly suggest, if you're new, please watch mock 1 and mock 2. Just giving an overview. So we have three sections, section A, B and C. A contain Excel of 10 marks, B word processing of 10 marks, and C PowerPoint presentation of 5 marks. Now there are various points that has been mentioned. I will recommend go through them properly one by one, and again I have discussed that, go through that video, that will be enough. Now so we will start up with our first section, that is section A, Excel containing 10 marks. Ki diya ase abar silo. So data from an inter-district training progress update. Okay, so inter-district একটা training হচ্ছে, training or progress board or data ইয়াতে দিয়া আছে, and based on that we have various questions. So let's see what are the questions they have given, how we can solve it one by one, and we will try to explain everything in details. And moreover, again I'm saying Excel, Word and PowerPoint আমি in detail already discussed korisu. So if you are new to it, or if you haven't gone through those things, please I will highly recommend go through those videos first, like the Excel video, and everything is there in our live section. Again, if you are new, let me clarify, like at the end I will share two mocks that will be similar to this particular mock that you can practice from your end. So let us start. So for time constraint, I have already like copied the file, like the table over here. Again, in exam you have to type it from your end, so please, while attempting the mock, type it from your end. Now one by one question চাও আমি কি দিয়া আছে, ক্যালকুলেট ডেজ টেকেন ইউজিং ডেট ডিফ ফাংশন. সো আমার স্টার্ট ডেট আৰু এন্ড ডেট দিয়া আছে, আমাক ক্যালকুলেট কৰিব লাগে যে কিমান দিন এই পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ ট্ৰেইনিংটো লৈছে টু কমপ্লিট. Now the function they have mentioned is DATEDIF. Let me clarify, DATEDIF is not a registered function. It's a registered function মানে কি বুজাও আমি. Let's see if I type sum, তো আপোনালোকে চাব পাৰে যে sum বা sumৰ ৰিলেটেড ফৰ্মুলাবোৰ আপোনাক এজ এ like suggestion Excel populate kore diye ba pop up kore diye. Same goes for count, min, max, everything. VLOOKUP, so it will DD Excel, but in case of DATEDIF it will not show. So jodi to show karna hai, don't panic, it is not a registered function, it will show no kariyo, but it will work properly. Now what DATEDIF basically does, DATEDIF is used to calculate or to get the difference between two dates. As the name suggests, date diff. Diff stand for difference. So it takes three parameters. First one is the start date, end date, and then placeholder. Now start date we know, আমাক এটা start date দিব লাগিব, end date we know, এটা end date দিব লাগিব, but what does this placeholder means? So placeholder can take multiple parameters. It can be either D, it can be M, it can be Y, it can be YM, it can be MD. Now what does this mean? So again, etu ami in detail explain korisu in our Excel video, so please go through that particular video. আমি properly with example detail discuss korisu etu bostu. Again, just giving an overview. So এটা মানি লওক আপোনাৰ দুটা ডেট দিয়া আছে, for start date and end date, and in between those two days you want to calculate the number of days, কিমান দিন আছে, তেতিয়া আমি প্লেস হোল্ডাৰত ডি দিম. If you want to calculate the number of months between 2 days, I will use month. If I want to calculate the number of year between 2 days, I will use year. Now what does this YM means? So it means like year exclude kori number of months, and then MD means months exclude kori number of days. Okay, so let's say we have 2 days, one is of 1st June and another is of, let's say, 20 July. Okay, so এই দুটাৰ মাজত এই দুটাৰ মাজত we can calculate the number of days using D. We can calculate number of months. So number of days we will get, number of months we know 1, number of years we know 0. Same, excluding year, number of months, it will give me the number of months between them, and MD will give. So if I calculate the number of month, okay, এটোৰ মাজত number of months কিমান হ'ব, একমাহ হ'ব, একমাহ some days, let's say একমাহ 10 দিন, সেই 10 দিনটো আমি কেনেকৈ পাম, through MD. So again, I have discussed it in details. Please go through that particular video if you are getting confused why what is YM and MD is. So to me I explain no because it's not in the question as of now, but again I will suggest go through that video if you are new. So we are calculating the number of days, so I will give DATEDIF. Again it will take start date followed by end date, and we want number of days in between, so I will give D as the placeholder. Okay, so made a mistake, it was by mistake, so I will delete it. Start date, end date, end date. So apnaloke sabo pare ei dutar majot kiman din hoy, 11 days hoy. Similarly I will populate for all. Like that you can calculate for months, number of months, number of years, number of months excluding year, number of days excluding month. Now moving to the next question ki dia ase, use choose to assign the feedback score. Amak feedback score eta assign koribo dise. See, this type of question, either they will mention that apnak etu formula use koribo lagibo, or they will directly say okay we want to add a feedback score this and this. So etu apni keneke add kore, it's completely up to you. So two scenarios, tete apni z apnar mane comfortable formula to you can go ahead with, but as they have explicitly mentioned that we have to use choose, so we will use it, but I will show you both the scenarios, like how we can do it without using choose, or the next one will be how we can use with choose function. Just copying this thing, just yate moi loi loisu. Okay, now I will go here. So before going ahead, let me explain one formula, that is match, that is there in Excel. So match key hai. So we have a formula called as match in Excel. Okay, now going into starting up with match, let me explain something called as array. Array ki hai, array is a collection of elements, you can say, although it's not the correct definition, but for the time being just remember array is a collection of elements. And what does collection of element means? So it can be of anything. So Excel ami array keneke specify koru, ami Excel array specify koru curly braces. So it can be like a b c x y z p q r, it amar eta array hoy gol, either this way or using the range method. Let's say b1 to b13, eto amar eta array hoy gol. Now so jeta ami array kotha koi aso, so eibor hoy jabo apunar array element, eto koa hoy elements. So talking about this array, how many elements are there in this array? As you can see, there are total 3 elements. So I can say this array contain 3 elements. Similarly, if I say about this array, that is a range from b1 to b13, how many elements will be there in this? There will be 13 elements. There will be 13 elements. Similarly, the question that we have excellent, good, average and poor. Etu pora jodi ami array banao, the array will be like, okay, so the array will start up with, let's say etu array to keneকুৱা hobo, poor, first one will be of poor, then average, then good, then excellent. So etu amar array hoy jabo question or needs. Aru etu array এটা কথা মনত থব যে ফর ইচ এৰে দেয়াৰ ইজ এন ইণ্ডেক্স মানে কি হয়, যোনটো নম্বৰ এটা থাকিব প্ৰতিবোৰ এলিমেণ্টৰ কাৰণে, যোনটো সেই এলিমেণ্টৰ পজিশ্যনটো ক'ব। পৰৰ পজিশ্যনটো কি হয়, এইটো এৰেত ফাৰ্ষ্ট, দেন এভাৰেজৰ হ'ল ছেকেণ্ড, দেন গুডৰ হ'ল থাৰ্ড, এণ্ড এক্সেলেণ্টৰ হ'ল 4 সিমিলাৰলি ইয়াতে এ বি চিৰ পজিশ্যনটো কি হ'ব 1 এক্স ৱাই জেডৰ পজিশ্যন 2 এইটো পজিশ্যন হ'ব 3 now the formula that we have, that is the match formula. So match formula কি কৰিব so if I write match, so it takes two parameters. First one is the lookup value and then lookup array. So as the name suggests lookup array, so আপোনালোকে নিজৰ পৰা lookup array to দিব পাৰে যেটা আপোনালোকে টাইপ কৰিব how you will type it like this, or you can specify the range like b1 to b13 or যেনেকৈ আমি range select কৰো, both is possible. Okay, now what will happen with this particular formula? So let's say if I type and match, what match will return? Match will return the index of lookup value. And if you remember index to আমি কি বুঝাইছো জানি কি এইবার আমার কি হয় index হয়, এটা আমার কি হবে index হবে. So let's say if I give match and if I give average আর আমি lookup array to দিও, let's say po average good and excellent, এটা আমার lookup array হয়ে গেল. আর ইয়াতে আমি দিব লাগিব যে either it is a exact match or less than or greater than, so এটা আমার exact match হয়, so I will give 0 over here. So for exact match I will give 0. Now so it is আপনাকে এটো চাই এটো এৰৰ ইনডেক্স বোৰ কি হ'ব, এটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 1, এটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 2, এটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 3, এটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 4. It will check average কোনটো লগত ম্যাচ হৈ আছে, average is matching with this one, isn't it? So it's match, so it's matching with this one, so it will কি ৰিটাৰ্ণ কৰিব আমাক index to কিমান হয় 2, so it will return us index as 2. That is how match function work. So same if we apply it over here, let's say if I give equals to match and this is our lookup value and then I have to give the lookup array, let's say po average then good and then excellent, and then as you can see less than, exact match or greater than, we want exact match. So যোনটা আমি বনাইছিলো গুডৰ কাৰণে 3, এভাৰেজৰ কাৰণে 2, এক্সেলেন্টৰ কাৰণে 4, পৰৰ কাৰণে 1 and গুডৰ কাৰণে 3 again. So if you see এভাৰেজৰ কাৰণে it should be 2, গুডৰ কাৰণে 3, এক্সেলেন্টৰ কাৰণে 4, same thing we are getting গুডৰ কাৰণে 3, এভাৰেজৰ কাৰণে 2, এক্সেলেন্টৰ কাৰণে 4, পৰৰ কাৰণে 1, গুডৰ কাৰণে 3. But if you see here the indexing is pretty different. So here পৰৰ কাৰণে 2 লাগে, এটাকে বেছি লাগে, we want 2 for 4, right? So we have to update this array in such a way that 4 specify বা পৰৰ ইনডেক্সটো কি হৈ যায় 2 হৈ যায়. Same goes for average. Averageৰ ইনডেক্সটো কি হ'ব লাগিব 3 হ'ব লাগিব. আপোনালোকে যদি চাই এভাৰেজৰ ইনডেক্সটো 3, যেতিয়া এভাৰেজ পাম আমাক 3 ৰিটাৰ্ণ কৰিব লাগিব. So how we can do so? Simply we need to update the array. So if we update the array, let's say match, for example if I give 4 and now in array first index to my blank thoi dilu, then I start up with 4 average then good and then excellent, and it is an exact match. And it is an exact match. Now as you can see indexing bar amar ki hoye jabo 1 2 3 4 5. Now jeta I match korim 4 will match with 4, but this time the index is 2, so it will return 2 as our question, like the as it is given in our question. So 4 karone moi ki pam 2. Similarly if I give average, 4 jagat moi jodi average do with the same array and exact match if I give. এভারেজৰ কাৰণে পজিশ্যনটো কি হয় আপোনালোকে চাব এভাৰেজৰ কাৰণে ইটছ 3 so it will return 3 that is in our question so for average we will get 3 so I will update it just what I need to do I need to add a space at the beginning and if I hit enter now you will see for good we are getting 4 for average we are getting 3 for excellent we are getting 5 for poor we are getting 2 and for good again we are getting 4 everything we are getting as it is the question says but the problem is we are not using choose question not class as a choose use korbo but we are not using choose now let's see how we can do it using choose so what choose does so if I show it to you so choose takes few things first one is index number and then values again I will explain what does this mean index number and values now so choose take two things one is index number we have already discussed index number কি হয় টায়ার position to হয় and then values so earlier আমি array to কেনেকে দি আছিলো curly braces দি আছো but in choose we will put it as a number like how so let's say choose if I give you an example choose let's say 3 and the array is 10 2 11 5 7 now যেতিয়া মই এইটো দিওঁ তেতিয়া এইটো কি হৈ যাব মোৰ ইনডেক্স নাম্বাৰ হৈ যাব আৰু এইটো মোৰ কি হৈ যাব এইটো মোৰ ৰেষ্ট ৰিমেইনিংখিনি হৈ যাব মোৰ এৰে এতিয়া কনচিডাৰিং দিছ এৰে আমাৰ ইনডেক্সবোৰ কি হ'ব এইটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 1 এইটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 2 এইটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 3 এইটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 4 এইটোৰ ইনডেক্স হ'ব 5 and we are choosing index number 3 so index number 3 কি হয় 11 হয় so it will return us 11 so this is how choose work now we will combine it with our match so the match will be of match let's say lookup value is average and lookup array is 4 average then it will be like good and excellent and we are getting exact match so we are getting it using match so match ki return koribo apna kata index value return koribo and then again we will put that index in choose and we will give the number from 2 3 4 5 now if I explain it let's say it will return koribo if you see this one will be our index and this is our array based on choose so array indexing to 1 2 3 4 so this will return mass average 1 2 3 4 average or index to 1 hoy so it completely it will return 1 and then it will become 1 2 3 4 5 choose so it entire to ki return kori ase 1 return kori ase and it 2 3 4 5 as it is I have written so it our index wise 1 2 3 4 1 is 2 so it will return 2 now again another example let's say match good and the array is as it is 0 2 3 4 5 choose now again it will return koribo amak choosing good from an array good or index to kiman hoy 3 so entire thing to jonta amar match function hoy it will return koribo 3 and our choose function will become like choo as a choose 3 from 2 3 4 5 now this is our index the index value that match function returns and this is our array so it array pora amak ki lage sorry good or index is 2 my bad shit, I made a mistake, extremely sorry. So indexing starts with 1, 2, 3 and 4. Same for average, it's 2, so it should be 2, and this is 3, it should return 3. Just summary or show you. So this good will return 3, and the index for 3 is it over array third element konto 4, so it will return 4. So we have combined it to get the desired result. I know it's a bit complicated, but I tried my level best to explain both the method keneke kaam kore and how you can combine both of them. So I will not use this one. Instead I will use choose simply, and I will put it in a 2, 3, 4, 5 array, and we are done. So if I click, so you will see we are getting exact result that it's demand. Now moving to the next question. Sort the entire table in descending order of feedback score. So our जो feedback score is to descending order of entire table to short koribo lage. So how we can do so? Select the entire table. Okay, for sorting you need to select the entire table, and then you will sort it. And what they have mentioned over here, you will see that they have mentioned it to sort it in descending order. Mane horur pora dangorole amake ei bostuto short koribo lagibo. So let us sort it. So I will select the entire. I will go to data, then here we have something called as sort. So I will click on sort. Now sort by, sort based on what? Sort based on status, right? Sort based on status, cell value from largest to small, and I will hit OK. Now as you can see, entire table has been sorted based on this values, and it's from largest to small. Mane dangor value to akota se for and horu to last one. Now apply color scales to visually represent the training duration. So the training duration ase yata matta color scale use koriba lage. As we know, color scale we can apply using conditional formatting. So I will go to conditional formatting, color scale, and you can choose based on your need. So to tumak bhal lage, accordingly you can choose the color scale. As nothing is mentioned in the question, so you can choose. Next thing is use TEXTJOIN to create the summary sentence in a separate cell like this. So we want to display this in a separate cell as summary, and so let's say in this cell I will display it as summary, right? So I will create a summary cell over here. What should be there? I will use TEXTJOIN. So I'm going to text to first delimiter can space, then ignore empty cell. Yes, I will ignore the empty cell, and then I will choose the text. First text is, so it's default trainer, then Mr. Das. Eto ami korpora pam, eto pora pam Mr. Das. Then completed training in, followed by number of days we need to mention. So from where we will get it? From here we will get the number of days. In this days with itamak feedback to lage feedback is, let's say G2. Good. Feedback. We are doing nothing, just we are combining multiple cells using TEXTJOIN. So as you can see, as I hit enter, so it's populating trainer Mr. Deka completed training in 10 days. So if I populate it for all using autofill, you will see properly it's displayed. Now moving to the next question, that is insert a dynamic drop down list using data validation from a name range for a selecting trainees. So if our trainees ase, we have to give this thing as a drop down using data validation. Mane drop down option eta name jor pora manhe select koribo paribo. So how we can do so? We have to select the entire range, data validation, and then here I need to choose list. Data validation not, I mean list choose करेंगे. So I will give the name with comma separated. Let's say first one is Mr. Deka, then Mr. Das, then Mr. Ali, then Mrs. Roy, and then Mrs. Das, and I will hit OK. Now you will see I will get a drop down. So drop down upon I change koribo pore. As soon as I change the name, you will see the summary will also get changed. So this way how you can create a drop down. So it is the custom list. Okay, let's say I have this list. So I have already one list. You can use the same list to create the drop down. So how you can do so? Same, select the entire range. Again data validation, choose list, and here আগত আমি কি করেছিল আমি comma separated দিয়েছিল, but this time I will select the entire range and I will hit OK. So as you can see it's done. Now I will get the values that are there in that particular range. So this is the way how you can create drop down list using data validation. Also it's been discussed in detail in our Excel video. Please go through that if you haven't, because these are important with respect to your exam point of view. Next, use subtotal to calculate the average training days in a filtered table. So you have to directly mention करना है, but what we need to do, we need to apply a filter first, and then we need to use the formula subtotal to calculate the subtotal. So let's see how it happens. So first I will apply the filter. So here I have a filter column that I will apply the filter. Now let's say I will give average training days. So I have given average training days. Now to calculate this I can directly use, now the question is why I can't use average. So what will happen if I use average? So if I use average and if I calculate it, so it will give me 12. Now if I change the feedback to let's say only excellent, if I change the feedback to only excellent, the training days, average training days still remain 12. It doesn't change, although it should be 10, because we have only one field as soon as I apply the filter, but average training days is not changing. So we can do it, or we can make it dynamic using that subtotal thing. Subtotal. Now what we need to calculate, we need to calculate average. So I will give 1 for average, and then the reference cell. These are my reference cell. Now if I close it, so initially it looks same, 12 average for all, but as soon as I apply filter, let's say if I give excellent and if I click OK, as you can see the average will change. So if I want average for excellent and good, then it will give me average for excellent and good. This is the basic difference between applying average with subtotal or applying it directly. Now format the start and end date as this. So eto amak change koribo lage date or format to. So again this thing we have discussed in detail. If you know, like in our complete video we have explained everything in detail, like what does this 4D means, what does this 2D means, because we have multiple placeholders, right? So we have something called as like D, DD, DDD, DDDD. Same goes for month. We have M, MM, MMM. So all of them are different. So what will happen if I give 2M? What will happen if I give 3M? So everything is different. So again I will suggest, if you haven't, go through that particular video. Now so I will copy it. As of now I'm just copying it. So I've just copied it. I want to change the date format. So at a cell में apply करें. So let's say start date, home. So from here, as of now it's custom. I will click here, more number formats. I will choose custom. By default it is DD, 3M and YY. As you can see, DD, 3M and YY, and separated by dash. So I will change it to the one that question says. So if I hit OK, so you will see it's been changed. Now I need to apply it for all. So I will use format painter, and it's done. Same, I will copy it, format painter, and I will apply for all. So format painter ki koribo apna format to copy kori kene beleg cellot same format to apply kori dibo. So now it's done. Next question, protect the sheet with ADRE mock 3 allowing only cell selection. Amak sheet protection koribo lage. Again Same thing we have discussed it in detail in one of our mock video. Now I will not go in deep like what is file level protection is, what is cell level protection is, what is worksheet level protection is, everything we have discussed. Again, another thing they have mentioned over here that is important, but just overview side, like allowing only cell selection, then it is pretty detailed thing. Like what is this mean? Allowing only cell selection. So let me show it to you. So if I protect the sheet that is in the review section, so I need to give the password. As you can see, here are two options, like select lock cell and select unlock cells. This thing plays an important role, like what this locked and what this unlock cell means. So that thing we have discussed in detail. Please go through the particular video in detail. I have explained this thing. Now if I hit OK, again I have to re-enter the same password and it's done. Now as you can see, this has been locked. What does this mean? So as you know, we have allowed locked and unlocked cell selection. So by default I can select the cells. I am allowed to select the cells, but I am not allowed to modify or edit anything. I am not allowed to modify or edit anything. When I will be allowed to modify it? As soon as I unprotect the sheet again, then I will be allowed to modify it. Now I need to save it as Assam training analysis.xls. I will save. So I will go here, file, save as, let's say in mock 3 I will save it, and I will save it as Assam training and analysis, and I will save it, and it's done. So we are good with our section A, that is Excel containing 10 marks, and we have seen all the things in detail. Again, if you haven't understood anything or if you want me to cover any topic in detail, please do let me know. I will definitely try to cover that, or I will definitely include that particular thing in our doubt clearing session. Next, moving to the next topic, that is our section B of word processing containing 10 marks. Again, for the time constraint, I'm just copying it, but make sure you type it from your end, because exam to type koribo lagibo. So your typing speed also matters in your exam. Although how much you are good in formatting, good with formulas, if you lack in typing speed, you will lack in everything. So I will open up the Word, blank, I will paste it, apply the formatting, okay, so we are done. Now let's see what are the questions is. First thing is use contemporary letter styling. What does this mean? Senders and subject should be center aligned. So sender is this and the subject this. It should be center aligned. We know how to center align it. So here I click on him, it will be center aligned. Next thing, font. It our font size should be 11 and the line spacing is multiple of 1.2. So first let me change the font. Changing or karna, I will select everything. Here font change होगा से 11 दिया से same, but the next thing, that is a line spacing, we need it as multiple of 1.2. So if you go over here line spacing, so अपने suppose 1 असे 1.5 असे 1.15 असे 1.5 असे but 1.29. So I'm की करें line spacing option हो jump. By default it is 1.08, so I will make it as 1.2. As you can see, multiple 1.2, and if I click OK, so line spacing has been changed to 1.2. Now next thing, insert a 3-column table with course duration and outcome. So I'm going to get a table add koribo with course duration and outcome after bullet list. I'm going to bullet list after that it bullet list episode. I'm going to get a 3-column table add koribo. So I will insert table, 3-column table I will add. So it should contain course duration and outcome. So let's say course duration and outcome. So let's say course is program 1, duration is let's say 3 months, and outcome is let's say job ready. So this is done. Next thing they have mentioned is, so it's done, apply table style grid table 4 and SN2. So আমাক এটা style add কৰিব লাগিব, that is a grid table 4 and SN2. How we can apply? So table to select কৰি ল'লে অটোমেটিকলি আপোনালোকে ডিজাইন টেবত যাব, ইয়াতে ক্লিক কৰিব। সো এটা চাব গ্ৰিড টেবল আছে, আমাক কোনটো লাগে? গ্ৰিড টেবল 4 and SN2. So as you can see, যেতিয়া মই তাতে মই মাউচটো লৈ আছোঁ, it's giving me the name, that is grid table 4 and SN2. So I will apply it. So it's done. Now create a cover page. At a cover page use কৰিব লাগিব, edit title and author. So we know how to create a cover page. We will go to insert, cover page. Did they mention anything regarding the cover page? Yes, এটা mention কৰি দিছে আমাক কোনটো cover page লাগে আমাক, which plugin. So I will go over here, it's www, yeah, this is our cover page. So I have added the cover page. So date lage, let's say I will give today's date and it is 24. I will apply. Then document title to add koribo dise, document title is this one, or you can give it as this skill expansion project. And then we have it as phase 3, and the author, by default it will add my name. So if it's not adding your name, make sure you change it and add your name and roll number accordingly. So I don't have any, so I will just keep my name as it is. Now insert custom shape rounded rectangle in the header with document title. So header ত আমাক কি লাগিব, এটা custom shape add কৰিব লাগিব যোনটো rounded rectangle হ'ব, আৰু আমাক কি add কৰিব লাগে, তাতে আমাক add কৰিব লাগিব আমাৰ document title to add কৰিব লাগিব. So let's see how we can do. So I will go here, I will go to insert, I will go to header, blank header, I will delete it. I will again go to insert, shapes, it's a rounded rectangle. So I will choose rounded rectangle, I will place it, and I will place my document name. I will just ignore all so that it looks good. Now I will close it. So আমি কি কৰিলো, header এটা add কৰিছো with document title in it, and it should be in rounded rectangle. Next thing, so it's done. Now insert a cross reference referencing the bullet list as key point above. So আমাক একটা cross reference add কৰিব লাগে referencing the bullet list, and we should mention it as key points above. So let's see how we can add a cross reference referencing the bullet list in as key points above. Now question ekdom correct boli kobo nware apnaloke, because they haven't mentioned আমাক এটো key point above যোনটো আছে এটো text to কত place কৰিব লাগিব, এটো mention নাই. So just for this particular scenario I'm assuming I will keep it, or I will I will place it in our footer. So let's see how we can do it. So I will go to my word. So আমাক কিয়ক reference কৰিব লাগে, we have to reference this list. First thing, it opens চাব পাৰে যে bullet points ত আছে, right? If it was in number point, if it was header or something, then it was pretty easy to cross reference it directly. But as it is a bullet point, আমি directly to cross reference কৰিব নোৱাৰি. So for that, what we need to do, we will create a bookmark out of it, and we will cross reference that particular bookmark. So I will bookmark it. Let's say I will post my cursor here, I will click a bookmark, and bookmark name, let's say I will choose this entire text, for example this text, and I will bookmark, and bookmark is bullet points. So add it as a bookmark. মই এটা bookmark add কৰি দিলো, এতিয়া এইটো bookmark লৈ মোক এটা cross reference add কৰিব লাগে. So how we can do, let's say I will place it in my footer. So I will insert footer, blank text, and ইয়াতে আমি cross reference to post কৰিম. So I will go here, cross reference, I will choose bookmark. So our bookmark to কি আছে, bullet point, I'm choosing bookmark text, I will paste it as insert. Okay. Okay, so it's coming as bullet points. Let's see if we can change the bullet points. Yes. So now cross-referencing is done. So what does cross-referencing means? Etia moi jodi control hit kori sapre sabo pare jetia moi yata loi jao control hit kori, and as soon as I click here it will directly take me to this bullet point. So this is basically cross-referencing means. But the problem is আমার কোয়েশ্চনত কি দিয়ে আছে আমাক এইটো টেক্সট লাগে, but here the text coming as this. So how we can do so? So I want the text as key point above. So what I will do, I'll just simply go here, and in between that I will type key points above. Points above. This is the way how you can change the name of your bookmark or cross reference. So I will delete rest of the things, and it's done. So now as you can see it's there. So if I hit control, যেটা আমি control to press করি কেনে এটা মাউস তো লৈ যাম, তেতিয়া আপুনি চাব মাউসৰ cursor to change হৈ আছে, and if I click here it will redirect me to this. So this is a trick how you can change the reference name, and it's been added. Now use style panel to apply style heading 1 for subject and body text for the content. So আমাক কি কৰিব লাগিব, style panel use কৰি কেনে আমাক যোনটো subject আছে এটোক আমাক as a heading 1 বনাব লাগিব. So কেনেকৈ বনাব পাৰি, just select that. As soon as you select আপোনালোকে এটা অপশ্যন পাই যাব style, click style, ইয়াতে various option আছে, you have to choose heading 1. Okay, I will choose heading 1. Now as soon as I choose heading 1 you will see the font has been changed, color has been changed, and everything has been changed. So I have to make sure that everything is in proper question desired format. Then the font was Vazana, so I will choose it. I will change the font to the desired font, and I will place it at center. And rest thing I want it as body content. So I will again go to style. So here I will see if anything is there with respect to body. So nothing is there, I will keep it as normal. So we are done. Now next thing, add a drop cap to the first letter of the paragraph. So our first letter থাকিব paragraph তাতে বা কি এড কৰিব লাগিব, এটা drop cap. Drop cap means আপোনালোকে যে নিউজ পেপাৰ কিতাবা চাইছে, নিউজ পেপাৰত কি থাকে, ফাৰ্ষ্ট যোনটো আমাৰ লেটাৰ থাকে এইটো ডাঙৰ হাতৰ থাকে, ডাঙৰ as in like it's bold and comparatively bigger. So we have to do it. So how we can add it, so select the text, insert, drop cap, and choose drop. All of my size to সৰু কৰি দিছো so that it meets the question or the paragraph data. Okay, so we are done. Now next thing they have mentioned, save the document as skill update circular.doc. Etu namar save koribo lagibo. So I will copy the name and I will save it. So for save, file, save as, again I will browse, I will save it in our mock 3 section. The name I will give that is given in the question, and we are done with our text part as well, or you can say like word part as well. Now we'll move into our section 3, that is of PowerPoint. It containing 5 marks, but still it's important with respect to your exam point of view. So here they have asked us to create 5 slides. Let's see how we can do it, how to create all those slides, how and what are the questions they have given. Very good. 5টা slide দিয়া আছে, 5টা slide আমি create কৰিম one by one. We'll start up with slide 1. So I will open up PowerPoint first. PowerPoint blank presentation open কৰি লৈছো. First thing they have mentioned is we have to add a title. Title to আমাৰ কি হয়, Assam Skill Mission Phase 2. So I will add the title. This is my title, and then next thing Subtitle presented by director of skill director presented by Directorate of Skills Assam. So I will copy it, I will paste it as it is. Now next thing, use cover layout with shape overlay and gradient fill. Same thing. So আমাকে একটা কি করব লাগে gradient fill দিব লাগে এটুত. So how we can do so? Design, format background, gradient fill. So আপনারা একটা color shape choose করিব পারে কি color লাগে আপনারা based on your need. I will apply to all and it's done. Now I will create another slide. Let me delete it. Next question they have given is the timeline slide. So আমাকে একটা timeline create করিব লাগে. So I will create a timeline slide. So slide title will be timeline, and then what we need to insert. So if you see, insert SmartArt basic timeline. আর কেটা step হবো লাগিব launch, training introduction, course rule out, assessment and placement. So let us do it. So I will go to SmartArt processes. I will choose this one. Looks good. First thing is our, I'm just copying it as it is. We'll paste it over. Okay, I'm not allowed to. Let's see one by one if I can. No. Launch is there, then followed by we have training introduction, then we have course rollout. So I will paste it, course rollout, roll out. Then we have assessment, and the last one is our placement. So last one is our placement. So we are done with this. Let's see next what they have mentioned. They have mentioned is to use polished layout. So layout to কি বলে polished. So কেন আমি layout to change করতে পারি? Just select this design. So এটা আপনাকে সব এগালমেন্ট ডিজাইন আছে, right? So if you scroll to any of this, so intense effect is there, modernize effect is there, subtitle effect, white outline, and the simple feel 3D effect. First one is the polish. So I will choose polished as it is mentioned in the question. Now moving to the next one is the custom layout. Next, insert custom layout with 2 columns. At a custom layout add koribo lagib with 2 columns. Left side ki thakibo lagibo amak image of the training, stock or placeholder. Make sure in your exam they will provide you the image, and right side of text box with training expansion stats. Okay, আর আমরা কি করব বলে floating animation to both the objects separately. Okay, so we have to insert new slide. Okay, my bad. I'll go here, insert a new slide, but this time I want 2 content slide, right? So I will give 2 content slide. Now in the 2 content slide they have mentioned on the left side I want to have an image. Let's see, I will name it as expansion. The image for the time being I will use stock image that is available on web. Let's say training I will give सब की image है मैं इटे choose करे दो इतेर करने. So let's say I'm choosing this one. I will insert it, and here they have, okay, so I will not use design. Kidia say custom layout, and on the right a text box with training expansion stats. So on text box আমি কিবা training expansion stats দিব পারি. So in bullets I am saying let's say 12 district onboarded, then over 200 plus trainings. The last one is touring via state skill dashboard. Training grams, let's say. Looks good. Now it's done. I will just place it to look good. Next thing they have mentioned is to, if you see, add floating animation to both the objects separately. So both the object of the key animation add koribo floating but separately. We know how to add animations. Select it, animations, sorry, not flying, add floating. Same goes for this one, animation, floating. Separately we have added the animation. Now moving to the next one what key say hote. So we are done with slide 3. Slide 4, infographic with icons. Insert icons. Tinita icon add koribo lagibo. Skill assessment and successor karne. Arrange in horizontal layout with captioning text, and then group the icons and apply zoom transition to slide. Okay, let's see. Now here what we need to do, we have to add icon set. So I will delete all of this, we don't need them. So I will add some icon set, and then so let's say title I will give as focus areas. Now I will add icon set. How we can add? Insert. So here you will see icons. Let's say training, if we have training, one icon is there, then followed by test is there, yeah, test, and then another will be let's say for success I will use this one. Now I will insert all of them. So I will place it properly, place it, and the placement is, so let me arrange the spacing. So we are done with the placement. Now what we need text box for each of them to add a label as it's mentioned in the question. I will add some labels. Let's say first one is skill development, last one will be okay. So skill development, then you can give any name to it. Let's say I will give assessment process. The last one is successful placement. Now we need to group it. So I will select both of them, holding control I will click right click and I will group. Same this control hold kori kena apnaloke press koribo, dutai select hoy jabo, control hold kori right click and then group, control right click, group. So now everything has been grouped. So apnaloke sale je group keneke korim, make sure while grouping it you press control. Now amak zoom transition apply koribo slide out transition. Let's see if we have something named zoom. Aeroplane gallery door outfit. Okay, we have something as zoom. I will add zoom transition to it. Now next slide what they've given. Next slide, closing slide, amak eta quote add koribo lagibo, followed by my name and skill assessment time, and we have to add fade out animation for text. Just deleting everything. I will insert text box. This I'll just make it bold. Made it bold. Placed it. I will insert text box and I will insert my name. Let's say followed by what they have mentioned, skill assessment team. I'll make sure it is center align that all of likhibo bhal lage, Now for the entire text I will add an animation or animation to ki ase fade out. So amar kya sabare fade ase, so amak etu dibo lagibo but etu exit animation hobo, so fade out, and we are done. Now we have to save it. So nothing is mentioned, but in your question they will mention it to save it. You know how to save it. I will not go in detail, just about preview koi loba before submitting anything. So first, second, third, we have added animation, and the last one with zoom animation, and the final one, and it should go out with fade out animation. So fade out animation, and it's done. So we are done with all the 3 questions. Hope you have understood. Aru, similarly, to related duta mock, I will share it in your group. Moreover, it is a bit advanced with respect to few topics, but still I hope you have understood. Jodi kiba doubt thake, please do let me know. You can comment if you understood or if you have enjoyed, and also share it with your friends. Thank you.